This is the study guide for section 6.1 on medians. They tell you what a median is in case you have forgotten. They tell you what a centroid is in case you have forgotten. They also tell you how to find lengths if you don't remember as well. Remember, you can always go back and look at our video as well. So in this triangle ABC, that's this one over here, you have three segments. Segment AN, segment BP, and segment CM that are all medians. So what you know is those are the same, those are the same, and these are the same. They're telling you from B to P is 24. So what I did was I redrew it. So the whole thing's 24. If you know this whole thing, then you know both of these pieces. Here's how you know. If the whole thing is 24, this piece is a third of that. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. Now you also know that this little piece is half of this piece. So 8 times 2 is 16. 8 plus 16 is 24. So that makes sense. So here's how the relationships work with your medians. When they start cutting each other off at that centroid, here's what happens. This guy times 2 gives you this guy. This guy divided by 2 gives you that guy. This guy times 3 gives you this guy. And this guy divided by 3 gives you that guy. Okay, number 2. E to M is 3. That's the little piece of your median that goes from the centroid to a midpoint. How far is it from E to C? That's that centroid to the vertex. Well, that's your little piece. This guy's twice as big. So you just do 3 times 2 to get 6. Number 3, E to A. This is the bigger part of your median. It's 12. How do you find the whole thing? Well, here's one way to do it. If this whole thing is 12, then this little guy would be 6. 12 plus 6 is 18. Another way to do it would be to take 3 halves of 12. 12 times 3 halves gives you 18. And we know you don't like fractions so much, but that's another way you could do it. And that would kind of come in handy here in number 4. We got a little star beside this one. This one's a little more challenging, so we're going to save this one for the end. Number 5 is a little more manageable. It's like this one that we have expressions, but this is more manageable depending on what they give you. Okay, so E to N, that's this little piece. It's a number minus 5. Now A to E, that's the longer piece. It's that same number plus 17. These are not the same length. But if you multiply this short guy by 2, then they would be the same. So this is the equation you use in number 2. We're going to multiply or distribute this 2 over the quantity. So we're going to get 2x minus 10 equals x plus 17. We'll subtract x from both sides, then add 10 to both sides. I guess we'll go back to this number 4 now. Notice what they give you here in number 4. C to M, that's the whole entire median. It's 3x plus 6. C to E, that's the longer part of the median. It's x plus 12. It's just like this problem. The only issue is we don't really know how long these are. So what we could do is take this longer piece, and we could divide it by 3 to get this one, and then multiply it by 2. So if you're dividing by 3 and multiplying by 2 at the same time, I know you don't like this, but you're really taking 2/3 of the whole entire thing. You're dividing by 3 and multiplying by 2. That's what 2/3 is. That's the simplest explanation of what a fraction is. You're dividing by 3, then multiplying by 2. So if you're taking 2/3 of something, that's all you're doing. Okay, so we're going to distribute this 2/3 over this quantity. So 2/3, remember that means multiply by 2 and then divide by 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Do the same thing with the 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now from here, you would be able to solve this equation. Subtract x from both sides, Subtract 4 from both sides. You're going to get x equals 8. Number 6, we're going to draw and label a figure to illustrate this situation. Triangle NRW is a right triangle. So just draw yourself a right triangle. And you want the right angle to be point N. So I'll make these other vertices R and W. Segment NX is a median of the triangle. So that means X better be a midpoint over here. Number 7, segment OQ is a median of triangle POM. So I'm just going to draw a triangle POM. Now segment OQ is a median, so make sure Q is a midpoint.